It's the doctor.
Oh.
Not the creepy doctor.
Can't believe you're just giving him Australia. Australia's the key to the whole game, says you.
True.
If you're a
Everyone who
basic
plays
Risk,
Risk knows that.
What are you talking about? Shut up, John Locke.
Well, that's not good.
That needs to be clipped as Jake's biggest reaction of the whole series so far.
this episode
I don't
is
know.
wild.
Arts was still pretty high up there.
Ours was probably the best one.
Please, Daddy. Please.
You have 10 seconds, Ben.
I'm not coming out of this house. So if you want to kill her, go ahead and do it.
Holy shit.
Useful Bernard? What the fuck?
I was like, you're going to eat your words on this episode.
I'm here, Charles, to tell you that I'm going to kill your daughter.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Michael, Kristin, Kevin, and I are back for Lost Season 4, Episode 9, The Shape of Things to Come. And there was a lot in this episode. There was intensity, there was heartbreak, there's a lot of questions answered, and probably even more that still have to be answered. But it was all very, very good. I really enjoyed this episode. So what are your guys' thoughts on this crazy episode?
Jake, the title of the episode is The Shape of Things to Come. If that is very deliberate, if this is the shape of things to come, strap in, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yeah.
I don't want to tee it up too well. I'm just going to, but this is my favorite episode of the show. There's so much in this episode. It helps that I love Ben so much, and it's not the best look for Ben, but this episode is just wild, so dense with information. And also, can we just talk about the balls of the writers of this show? Alex Russo is 16 years old. She is point blank executed on network television, like prime time. Like, that is crazy.
Well, in all fairness, they didn't show it, but
They didn't show
Right.
it. Yeah.
But we know that's what happened.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
go
was just gonna say, I thought this was that was just crazy, because I was like, are they actually going to do it? And they did, and I was just like, wow, like this is a crazy decision, because I honestly thought Alex was probably going to be around a little bit longer, but then to have her be like, the moving along Ben's arc, like, I think it's just it's really good. It's really good.
And the way they do it too, of like having Ben try to do the thing, he's like, well, actually, I don't even care about her, so she's not. So like, that's the last thing she hears. Like,
Heartbreaking.
we're gonna talk about that.
Like,
Heartbreaking.
it's not just that they kill off this character who you don't expect to be killed off. It's the intensity of how it happens. The like,
Yeah.
and this is just the middle of this is just like a middle of season 4 episode. This isn't even a finale. What's going on?
Well,
Yeah.
Her final words is like, "Please, Daddy."
yeah.
Like, oh my god. I think this is easily, in my opinion, like the most shocking moment in Lost, just of how good. I think this is one of the most shocking television moments ever. I don't think anyone expects that to happen. It's so crazy. And I love it for that. Like, I love that, even though it hurts me.
Yeah, this is definitely up there. I'm trying to like run through everything. I don't know about ever. I don't know if I'm going to say that, but off the top of my head, it is very high. Yes.
Well, and like Michael, like to your point, saying this is your favorite episode ever. I obviously have a different favorite one that we talked about, The Long Con, because of Sawyer, and I think it's a fantastic episode. But specifically, last weekend, I was visiting Charlie, which is why I have a little shout out to Charlie here, because of an amazing moment that happened. But I was going to let you guys just record without me, and then I realized what episode it was, and I was like, absolutely not.
Oh yeah, we had this conversation that like, no, we all need to be here.
And I was like, I have to be here because it is an amazing, amazing episode.
Yeah.
While you're on that, Chris, like, do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, so I'll just keep it brief because I think Kason will want to tell the story himself. So I'll just keep it very brief. But as you guys know, that Kason, we've had him on the podcast for Light 'Em Up, and he's really enjoyed Lost. And Charlie, aka Dominic Monaghan, was his favorite character, still is his favorite character. In fact, he does not call him Dominic Monaghan. He calls him Charlie. So
We all do.
Dominic Monaghan. We had to meet Charlie. We've never met him before. So once we saw that he was coming to MegaCon here in Orlando, we went up and met him. It kind of became a crazy day. And we kind of met him in a very unconventional way, thanks to a lot of amazing people. And Charlie, I'm going to call him Charlie because that's what Kaysen did. Charlie and Kaysen had an amazing moment, and when we'll get Kaysen on here, he'll tell the story. But they had an amazing moment, and Charlie is the greatest thing that has ever happened to my family, and especially to Kaysen. So, yeah, it was the most incredible visit of all time.
It's the cutest story.
Thank you, Dominic Monaghan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll let Kaysen come on here one day and tell the story because it is his story, and it's even more like grip at your heart when Kaysen tells it. So
yeah. Hopefully one day we'll also get Dominic Monaghan to come on himself. So
Come on, Dom.
maybe him and Kaysen can come on and do it together.
yeah, that'd be great. I'd love that. So.
But yeah, that's why we have a little shout out Charlie down there at the bottom because he's amazing, even though we haven't seen him in quite some time on the show.
He did. He gets mentioned in this episode, so that was quite funny. I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Yes, he does get, which is why another reason why I put shout out Charlie instead of something else. But yeah, no, there was a shout out to Charlie. So I want to get into this. There's a couple fun facts here. We have the numbers that were mentioned quite a bit, and we saw them. We saw that they were playing Risk. I love that they were playing Risk, one of my favorite games.
Yes.
But Sawyer rolls is 663, which equals 15. We saw Alex type in 1623 as her code to warn everyone. Kimi stops counting down at 8. I don't know if anybody else picked that up, but like when he's like 10, 9, 8, and then we don't hear him talking anymore. So he does stop at 8. Ben goes to visit the Kendricks in 4E. So those were kind of our numbers. We also had a black and white kind of moment where they did the lighting specifically for Ben and Widmore at the end there, where they had like the light was shining on part of their face, but then they had the shadows of the other. So they both had that. So that was kind of interesting.
I don't think either one of those characters should be light though. They are both in the dark side of things.
They are both on the dark side.
Very much on the dark side. They're very much on the dark side. There's a major thing that Hurley said going back to the Risk game is he said Australia is the key to the whole game,
yes.
Which is funny because Australia is the key to Lost because that's where they all left from and all.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. And yeah, anybody who knows Risk knows Australia is literally once you get that, you can hold a pretty good stronghold down.
Yeah.
So.
I hate to argue with you, Jake, but I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm actually a grandmaster at Risk. I play Risk every day of my life, and the only people who think that are people who do not understand Risk.
Wow.
Australia is not the key to the whole game because, yes, you get a 1 point hold on a bonus, but you have no room for expansion. You have no growth. You just sit in your little corner and you can't do anything. It's very easy to block people who play Australia, and they tend to be the noobs. I love an Australia player because I will crush them. That was my Risk rant.
I love this moment that Kevin has zero idea what we're talking about, and it's great. But also, I agree with Michael because I have played Risk and I have won without having Australia a couple times. So it is.
I'm glad that you all have fun playing this game.
Yeah.
I love Risk.
I will say I do love. I was just going to say I love South America as well.
We should play it just so we can all watch Kevin lose.
I love South Americans.
Also, we had a couple continuity errors here. We know we love Lost, and they do really well at a lot of things, but sometimes there's some things that they just don't do well at as fixing their things. And Michael, you're going to appreciate this one a little bit. We know that they have messed up honor before. This one is for Saeed because all of the Arabic is wrong. Because nothing lines up. The lines are not correct. They don't spell out anything, and they tried really hard, but they should probably have done a little bit more research on that. So, Michael, you're not alone. Also, we saw Ben wake up in this desert, if you will, on a very cracked surface. This one is like in your face bad. And then he stands up and he's magically on sand. Like, where's the cracked ground.
Yeah, when he woke up on sand, I'm like, at first I was like, wait, is he, on the beaches of the island a little bit? But then it's like, oh yeah, Sahara Desert. I guess that makes sense. Although the cracked ground doesn't really make sense. But
Still doesn't explain why the hell he woke up there, but
Right, we'll get into that.
out.
We'll find out. Also, Jack tells Kate, this is also one that always bugs me every time I watch this episode. He tells Kate, well, Saeed said that they were having some trouble with the engines. Saeed found that out way later. There was never a time that Jack and Saeed had this conversation about the engines, ever. Ever.
True.
And it drives me nuts because I was like, he didn't tell you that, Jack. He didn't tell you that. So just always bugs me. But it's something, when you watch it too many times, and yeah, that's what happens. Jake's like, that.
I would have just accepted that as something that had happened. I would not have even.
Yeah. When you watch the show.
I've never
Michael, you never picked that up?
No.
Oh, I thought with how many times you've watched it, like I have, I didn't pick it up for a while, but the more I've rewatched Lost, I'm like, they actually never had that conversation. So
I've watched the show a lot, but I'm pretty dumb.
But you're a risk master.
Okay, but when I call you dumb, you get mad. Okay, this is fair.
Don't call me dumb, idiot.
Last fun fact that we're going to get into this episode, and this is actually a really cool one. This is the first episode of Lost that they filmed outside of the U.S., aka Hawaii, because the London scene specifically was filmed in London. So, Michael, yay for you. But that was because Alan Dale, aka Widmore, he was performing in Spamalot in the West End, and he could not get away to go film. So they did go over to London to film that scene.
Wow.
So, fun fact for you.
That is a fun fact.
That was going to be my one where I go, actually, Kristin, I have an extra fun fact, but you actually just had it. So,
oh, I'm sorry. Here, we'll rewind it. Michael, do you have any other extra fun facts?
No.
Oh my God. All right. We're jumping into this episode. I know that we really want to talk about that ending, and we don't want this podcast to be 5 million length of time here. So we'll kind of go speed through it, but we get Jack and Kate at the, hey, how's it going? Waving, cute, flirty, whatever the hell they're doing anymore. And Jack needs some medication. He is not feeling great. He has a stomach bug. He grabs some amoxicillin. I also love that Kate's giving him a little bit of shit here because he's trying to give her some reassurance. He's like, it's in my gut. And she's like, your gut's sick. Like, maybe we should.
Hilarious.
But that was a cute moment. But obviously, Vincent, where has Vincent been? I'm so glad we get a Vincent barking moment. I miss Vincent. But he is barking. Bernard's asking for help. And lo and behold, there's a body in the ocean, which is creepy doctor with his throat slit.
I will say before we get to the doctor, it is. Oh well, actually, it's still about a doctor. But Jack getting sick, is that something that usually happens on the island?
I mean, we've definitely had people get sick before, right? So,
Got sick.
People usually heal very quickly.
That's true.
It's like magic healing.
And like people who had people who had cancer suddenly don't, except for Ben, who suddenly did.
Ben gets cancer, yes, but yes,
Ben, yes, yeah. So that's it. That is interesting that the doctor is falling ill. So, but I mean, he's been taking care of everybody. So
trying to run himself ragged, just taking care of everybody, just being the leader.
Yeah,
and making horrible choices, which we're gonna get to at the end. Hey, it happened, and Michael's gonna get you on that one. But anyway, we have that stuff happening at the beach because that's kind of terrifying. Why is this doctor showing up that we just saw being creepy and making Kevin Johnson over here wipe up blood? Now he's got his throat slit. But then we go over to the barracks where we have, of course, the risk moment. I think that this is so cute because they started off with them having this conversation. So you're like, oh, what are they planning? And then they're like, he's like, screw it, I'm attacking. Give me the. They're like, oh, they're playing risk. That's so cute. They're having a sweet moment. But that gets broken up because, as we know from the last episode, Alex was taken. They show up at the pylons. They tell her to turn it off. She puts in a little code, and the phone rings. Can you imagine these? They're sitting here haven't heard a phone ring in quite some time. I've been on an island.
To be fair, I think most of us watching in 2026 also haven't heard a landline phone ring in a long time. So.
Yeah. It wasn't completely a thing of the past, but like for them, like that would be the most surreal moment. Sitting there, like we're just playing Risk on this island, and now the like phone rings, and they're like,
like what?
Who's calling us? We're on an island. Like who's calling us, and who has a phone? But they do pick up the phone, and it keeps saying code 14J. Again, they could have thrown in a number here. It could be 15J or something. Like, come on, guys, one number off. Anyway,
it's funny when they decide to and when they don't. Like, whenever there's a number, you think they just do it. What? Like, why do they decide? No, they count up how many numbers they've done in the episode and go, no, this would be too many. We'll just make it
too many. Too many. But it is code 14J. Then, of course, they go over to where Ben is playing the piano amazingly. Like, okay, Ben, like just another thing you've got under your belt, but cool, like love it. It's almost like a Jack moment. Did you guys like the parallel? Did you pick that up, Jake, from the parallel of them walking in and
right, because Jack was playing it earlier in season 3, right? Yeah.
But he's like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, we got a phone call and 14J something, and Ben immediately is like, shit. Like, where'd you hear that from? They're like, well, like on the phone, like it was just repeating. Like, what's the issue? And he's like, okay, we gotta go. Like he whips out a rifle out of like nowhere. They're like, okay.
Also, shotgun, Kristin.
Shotgun.
I don't know guns. Okay, whatever it is. It's a gun. It's a gun. Okay. But Ben is like, we have a problem. We've got to go right now. And we're gonna find out how bad this is very quickly here. But before we get that, we do get a flash forward. And we do get an actual timeline with this a little bit later, that this is October of 2005. So this is, like a year and some change after the plane crash. But Ben wakes up in the desert with a parka on. Jake?
Yeah, that was
a Dharma parka.
So, well, because there was scenes in season 2 with the hatch in Siberia, right? So I was like, okay, interesting. So he must have just come from someplace cold. So that was kind of what I thought, that it might be because he was in Siberia before and then somehow ended up, in the desert. I don't know.
and cut his arm. Cut his arm through the parka.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, we did learn in Confirmed Dead, there was also a scene with Charlotte in the same area where she was excavating and found a Dharma collar on a polar bear. So, why is Ben there? What's going on? We know, Jake doesn't.
We know. It's so much fun.
What could it be? What would it be?
But he is approached by some armed men, and Ben pulls out some combat moves that Saeed would have been very proud of.
Right? He doesn't need to hire Saeed. He can just do this stuff himself.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's no breakdancing, snapping some dude's neck with his feet, but like this is still impressive. I'm like, whoa, Ben! I forgot that you're actually a really good fighter.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember, Kristin? He uses the baton that he beat the shit out of Sawyer with and beat him in a one-on-one fight. Do you remember that? Do you remember?
We're moving on. Anyway, if I could
when he beat Sawyer,
if I could need to, I would. But Sawyer, he wanted to get beat just so he could look even hotter. We're gonna go with that. All right, moving on. All right, so back to Ben freaking out. The 14J, he starts to inform them a little bit. He says, this is a panic button. It means one of my people have been captured. They are giving us a warning. He also is like, how long did it take you guys to come and how long did you guys discuss this? And they're like, 5 minutes. He's like, well, there went our heads up. Like, thanks, guys, you idiots. Like, love this moment.
I gotta say, I love Locke. I defend Locke all the time. Locke answers that phone and says, I think it's for Ben. And then they wait 5 minutes before going to Ben. Not the best.
Thanks for making my argument for me. Thank you. I don't even have to bring it up. Thank you.
In all fairness, granted, this is something you don't know. You guys just showed up at the barracks, so you probably should have gone to Ben a little bit quicker. But also, this is completely out of left field. So I could see them. Obviously, we don't get to see this conversation, but I could see them being like, is this a trick of Ben? You know what I mean? Ben has done.
We don't trust Ben.
Right. So like I could see them having this conversation. So it's not completely unheard of, but like, yeah, you guys probably should have moved a little bit quicker. So yeah, they do not have a heads up anymore, or head start, I should say. And Sawyer's like, I'm gonna go get Claire. And Ben's like, no, and he's like, I do what I want. I'm Sawyer. See you later.
Whatever I do what I want. Very Cartman of him.
Yes. But Locke goes to follow, and Ben's like, no, you want to be with me. That cute guy over there, he's like got some issues, and we're not.
I don't think you just interjecting
right.
that he's cute.
You'll add in dialogue. I would love Ben to see it. That cute guy.
You guys didn't hear it? He said that hot man that just walked off, you don't want to be with him. Kristin does, but like we need to go back and hear. Like you guys didn't hear that conversation?
I really want to hear that conversation between Ben and John Locke for both of them thinking Sawyer's cute. Like I think
I want to hear your doctor diagnose you with whatever mental illness you have. That's what I want to hear.
It's Sawyerism.
Can we also mention the absolute tragedy though that Ben says, because at first Sawyer mentions, I'm gonna go find Frenchie and the kid, and which hilarious by the way.
Yes.
And he's like, I've sent them somewhere safe, like they're gone. And like we know, well, 2 of the 3 are dead and 1 is now a captive. So
They're actually not gone.
Yeah, they're not feeling really great right now, but thanks for that, Ben. But yeah, no. Oh, also, I mean, since we were talking about Sawyer, I got to see him as well. Thank you, Sawyer, for being hot in person as well. Moving on, though, I did not get a restraining order slapped against me, so haha, fuck you, Kevin. Moving on, though, we do get back to the beach.
Lucky the parking lot was crowded. The lawyer couldn't get in.
We do go back to the beach, and of course, they're questioning like, who is this? When did you see him? Like, what's going on? Also, I do love that he's asking them this, and they're like, they've been on the beach with you, Jack. So I don't know how they would pick this one up, but he does say like, well, the last time we saw him, he was fine. So like, again, we've been on the beach with you, because like Charlotte has pulled this up too. She's like, how are we supposed to know what's going on in the freighter? We're not there. But these people have been caught in some not very good lies, aka Faraday.
These people get caught in lies, and they have proven themselves to be untrustworthy. And this doctor's body looks like it's been floating in the ocean for a while. So like, I still defend Jack wanting to get off it, but like, because Sun needs to live. We need to get Sun off the island. How do we get Sun off the island? The freighter. It's the only thing we have. Okay, but like, I think Jack wisely is like, you're a bunch of liars. I don't believe anything you have to say, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
I mean, they've proven that. But
Daniel does also mention like,
yeah.
When is a relative term of like, we've seen he's been doing these experiments where, hey, his little missile thing was coming in slightly differently to the rest. Like, I just love that Daniel's in this position where he is stuck on the beach with him. He doesn't know what's happened, but he doesn't have time to explain all this kind of crazy island stuff to him. Like, Jack's not going to believe him. Jack doesn't even believe Locke when he's talking about the truth that the island is special and that they're here for a reason and stuff like that.
Well, no, I did catch that, though. The time is irrelevant, and we've also heard like what it took them a different amount of time to get from the island to the boat. So that's very interesting that gets brought up again by Faraday.
Yeah, and I think that I mean, because of that and the unknowns that we have with that like, and that's going to come back into play here a little bit later, where Bernard comes to the rescue. I can't wait for Michael to eat his words on that one. But again, right here, I don't care. Bernard is going to come up right here and right now, because they're like, have you fixed the satellite phone? He's like, no, we can't fix it. And Bernard's like, yeah, you can. Use it as a telegraph. Like,
oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm just like a scientist who like is mastered time travel. Like, I don't know how to fix a broken phone. That's just so difficult.
My thought was, what are you doing in the foreground, Bernard? Get back where you belong.
Well, if we didn't have Bernard, we wouldn't have some answers here, Michael. So eat your words there, buddy. But
Stop hating on Bernard.
Well, no, because if we tell him to do that, then he goes back to hating on turnip head. It's not not fair.
He's probably going to hit on turnip head here in a second.
He will.
I'm gonna.
Anyway, Bernard suggests this. Kate goes and takes Faraday to some stuff that they can create this. And Jack goes, hey, Bernard, we need to have a little chit chat. Let's go talk. And we're going to find out what that chat was about here in a little bit. But we get back to the barracks. We've got Sawyer trying to go rescue Claire. This domino effect of these people walking out of the house, it's just comical. You can't even be like, oh my God, they're under attack, because who the hell runs out of a house and then they're like, what? I'm sorry.
This may just be my years of teaching and like having to do active shooter drills, right? But like, if I hear gunshots, I'm not running out into the open to the people who are shot to be like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, it's so over the top, and I was just like, I wanted to laugh, but it's like it sucks that people are getting shot, but like, it's also just like they got random people that we've never seen before to all of a sudden just get shot.
Well, I will throw this out there. So two of them actually had names, and they were like probably briefly mentioned for them to have a name. Like, I went and walked by Doug's tent yesterday or something, because Doug is one of them. But there was also the other one also has a name. I also love that they put in this an unnamed like survivor, whatever. But the unnamed survivor, this was a continuity error as well. When she walked out, she had blood already on her shirt before
she got shot so fast I didn't even notice.
It's letter from the previous person. I do also love that one of them is wearing a red shirt, which goes back to the Star Trek reference from
the red shirt.
Yes.
Locke from season 1 when Boone was the sacrifice that the island demanded.
Yeah. I also thought that the first guy got shot. I did think he looked kind of similar to Ethan in a way. I don't know if you guys thought that, but I don't know. I was like, oh, okay. I mean,
they weren't on the screen long enough for me to make a comparison.
Yeah,
I blinked and the person was shot. So
yeah, that's true.
This scene is like so chaotic because like obviously Sawyer's getting like under fire out of nowhere. Like he's just walking like Claire, and the like shootout happens, and you want to be like, this is so serious, but this like clusterfuck, if you will, the nicest way I could put this, kind of ruins the moment because it's so comical that, and you should be laughing at people getting shot and dead, but the Lost did a good job here.
There's an online video of like someone slapping people in the face, and more people just keep walking up to them, and and that's what it reminded me of. Just like, here's another one, boom. Here's another one, boom. Here's another one. Like, stop going towards this.
Right.
The exact meme video. Yes. Yeah, and then I'm sure you're gonna get to it, Kristin, of the house getting blown up.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I was shocked because I thought they just killed off Claire and like didn't really even give her a final moment. I was just like, what?
That was a big Jake reaction moment.
That was all of us watching it for the first time, because then they immediately went to a commercial and we're like, oh my God, did Claire just die? Like the baby's now an orphan. Like, what's happening? It was so bad.
That's what's so great about it, because what these flash forwards have done, like, we know that Kate ends up with Aaron. So
that's true.
All of a sudden, when a rocket launcher hits the house that Claire's in, it's wait, oh shit, we know Claire's not off the island, so shit, this is how Kate ends up with Aaron. Like, it's these little things that make you buy into the moment.
Yes.
But also, can we just mention, I do agree they could have done better with it being less comical in terms of the random red shirts being shot literally in a line like lemons. The survival instinct of, I don't know, a slug was my first instinct, but I don't know if that's but like,
I have lizards and crickets do not have good survival instincts. So,
but these people like came here from the board, and they are just open fire, like murdering these people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we don't know their names, but it is wild. Like, it's almost like Locke was right or something.
Yeah, I like that there was a line later, because there is a little bit of like, what is this plot armor that Sawyer has on, that he's hiding behind a tipped over picnic table and he's somehow not getting shot. And then there's the line later of, yeah, that was to piss you off so that you kick me out. Like, that maybe there was a little bit of like, we're purposely not hitting Sawyer. right? Because he was hiding behind a picket fence.
The one little pole of it.
Right, like there's this big of a gap between each picket. Like we can see you.
Yeah.
You can't see me.
Pickett
Not
died
only would
last
the wood not
season.
stop the bullet, we can see where you are.
I heard the joke from Michael.
Yeah, I know.
It was a good joke, and
it was such a good joke, and Kevin ruins it. Like he does a lot of things. And also, he breezed right over the fact that like you started it on the war that's about to happen between you two later on.
I like the fact that Kevin just doesn't listen to my lock comments now. It's just like, okay, shush. I'm
Like,
gonna
did
do
you
my
mention
thing.
that guy? Who cares?
Yeah, who are you talking about? I can't, like, you say, I hear your mouth and like I see it moving, and then I just hear like beep, and then you keep going. So like, who are you talking about?
That's just rude.
Anyway, yes, so they do blow up poor Claire's house, and we are all left to think that this is the end of Claire. And then we get a flash forward. So, like, even then, like, think about watching this live. They came back from a commercial, and we still, like, they don't go to the house right away. They go into a flash forward, and we're like, we do not care right now. Where's Claire? Is she okay? But there is the moment where Ben shows up at this hotel. You kind of see that, like, he obviously gives a fake name. He needs a room. The girl looks a little concerned here, but, like, we don't really get much. Like, we're just like, that was a weird look. Also, fun fact that I didn't mention, I was leaving it for this spot specifically. She's wearing a hijab, and those are illegal in Tanzania. So, big thing here.
Wait, I thought they were in Tunisia.
Whatever I just said. I said it wrong.
Okay, because you said a different country.
Tanzania's near Australia.
Tanzania and Tunisia are two different places, Kristin.
That was a different country.
I know, I'm thinking of Tasmania. Okay, there's too many T's.
Like, I knew it was gonna happen as soon as I said it.
I also have a fun fact in this scene. I just remembered it. The alias that Ben gives as Dean Moriarty, and Moriarty as Sherlock Holmes as
Yes. I did pick up on that. Yeah, so that was cool.
But yeah, see, this is where we found out that this is October of 2005. We also see that he looks on the television, and we see almost like paparazzi following somebody, and like there's news happening, and somebody saying, "I just want to bury my wife." Well, that person just happened to be Saeed. And that's an interesting fact that we're gonna like get over to when him and Saeed start talking, because we got an answer to one of our major questions of how did that happen? What
the map, just so you're clear. Tanzania down here, Tunisia up here.
We also, like, Ben's reaction to the year is odd. And I remember that being a huge discussion point where he's like, "What's the date?" Oh, whatever the date is. And he's like, 2005? She's like, "Yeah, 2005." It's like,
yay.
Cool. But it's like, what is going on with Ben here?
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, obviously, we talked about already, like him waking up in the desert with a parka on. Now him not knowing the date. The girl's a little like trippy by like the name, because like she looks it up in the book, and there's something like, I don't know if there's a note there or what, but she is like, I don't like this. Here you go. Bye. Like, leave me alone. Like, she's like, get out. With that, we do go back to the barracks, if you will, where they are currently under fire here. And Ben is saying, like, we need to go to Jacob. We are out of options here. We have to go to Jacob. Locke is questioning a lot, like, why do we need Jacob? I don't even know where his cabin is anymore. And he goes, well, Hurley knows where it's at, so it's fine, which we're going to find out here later where they have a standoff over Hurley. But we need to go to Jacob, and that's like where we are going, and we're done with that conversation. Like, we have to go to Jacob. Sawyer obviously thinks the like ever loving gods, goes through the rubble and finds a perfectly intact, a little bump on her head, Claire. Apparently her bed was like bomb proof.
She was probably smart, and when she heard gunshots, hid. So when the house exploded, she was already in like a fairly secure area. So that's what I'm assuming.
You don't think she heard the gunfire?
I don't think she heard the rocket launcher and said, "Let me go check this out."
I think if a whole house blows up, you're pretty much screwed. Like,
I remember, like, my whole thing was, we have just got through an episode where Michael is unable to die. Like, he has some kind of purpose here, where it's like Claire has some kind of mystical protection of this is not where she's supposed to go. Like, the rocket launcher might have hit her in the head, but the island was like, no,
You know
this
what
isn't
it
your
was?
time.
You know what it was? It was the Charlie protection.
Yeah, maybe.
But which we are going to talk about, which like I also had these kind of thoughts with you as well, because we know that when Sawyer wakes her up, she's like, Charlie, like freaking king of all time. But like, is that was that just her being like, I miss Charlie, like delusional, like I just got knocked around? Or was this something of like she saw Charlie like protecting her? Like that was kind of one of the things that I went to of like,
we've seen dead people on the island.
Right. Like, do you like even sometimes like when people are getting ready to go in, they say that they see like their mom, or you know what I mean? Like, could it have been something like that along those moments? Because it could have been just her like being knocked around and being like, Charlie, no, it's Sawyer, the other hot one, you know, that one.
Yeah. Well, and Hurley in a flash forward in one of the past episodes sees Charlie in person.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
I always wondered if it was just like her missing Charlie, or if like she saw Charlie like protecting her. So that's also another possibility.
You guys throughout the entire podcast have always been quite mean to Charlie. So it meant a lot to me. As like someone that really loved him, to hear his name mentioned again, I was like, oh my god, that's so sweet. And I know you guys don't like him, and it's been a whole thing, but I was just so happy to hear Charlie's name mentioned. Like,
can we 1, 2, 3 start fucking shit off over this? Because I am 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So anyway, like Charlie being mentioned, it was amazing, and I've always loved that guy. What a guy!
Wait, Kevin, remind me. Did we have an episode where Michael ran scared and refused to come on the podcast because he knew that he couldn't defend John Locke beating the shit out of him?
I do defend that. Oh no, that goes against what I was just saying. But no, I don't recall that. You're on it.
I love revisionist history. It's my favorite kind.
Steve, at least minor lines talking about hot Sawyer, and now we have this audacity coming from the Brit over here. No,
I defended Charlie when no one would defend Charlie.
Excuse me.
No, I mean, not to say that you wouldn't defend Charlie. I just mean like as a statement, like I will defend Charlie forever. I don't care who's arguing against Charlie. I'll always defend Charlie. So I've always defended Charlie.
It was me and you, right, Kevin, that were defending Charlie, and then it was these two that were. Yeah, I remember now.
When did I go against Charlie that much?
Every episode, I remember.
Listen, I think you are 3 shits to the wind drunk.
We need to get a clip. Remember when he said heinous behavior? We just need to have that so that when he says things like this, we can just play heinous behavior.
Yeah. I'm looking around for where the heck these things that Michael is saying, like where those things happen, because I don't recall them at all.
No, he's just trying to save his ass.
He's trying to rage bait us. He's trying to rage bait us.
Anyway, but yes, that is a very sweet moment. She is remembering Charlie, but Sawyer has rescued her. He's picking her up. He's like, open the door. Hurley goes to open the door. They're like, no, and Hurley's like, screw you, fine, I'll go out the window then, and throws an ottoman out so that Sawyer and Claire can get in. Thank you, Hurley, for being the voice of reason here. But Sawyer does come in and immediately is like, why are we keeping this guy around? Like, we're all getting blown up and shot at. Like, what? Like, why are we doing this? But to Michael's, what he said earlier, he does bring up, like, because Sawyer, like, nobody just starts shooting. Typically, there are things that have happened, and so Sawyer is questioning this, like, why would they just start shooting us without even telling us what they want, like what they're here for, like all that? He's like, they're here for me. And he's like, yep, time to turn you over. And he's like,
okay, bye.
Right. Like, no. But he did bring up a point. They are here to make you mad. This was the whole point. They killed the 3 random people that you didn't care about, but they like saved Claire. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. But yeah, no, I'm mad. Now I'm mad. Like this, we came with you because we were supposed to stay away from this. They were coming to kill everybody on the island, so this is why we came here, and now we're getting shot up. I would be very, very angry. So Sawyer, you have every right to throw Ben out. So yeah. But with that, in the middle of all this fighting, the doorbell rings. This is the comic relief in these tense situations. Thank you, Lost, because we're all like having massive like fits about what is happening, and then it's ding dong.
I just also want to appreciate that this and later when they go to leave, they feel the need to unblock the door. Hurley just broke the window. Go through the window.
Right.
But anyway, on the other side of the door is Miles. Haven't seen him in a bit, and he walks in, and they're like, "Who let you out?" He's like,
Can we mention, like, they open the door and he literally just grabs him by the chest and, like, pulls him in. It's so funny.
But they said, "Who let you out?" He's like, "Oh, the people that wanted me to give you this. Here's a nice little walkie-talkie. Can I be done with this now? I didn't want to be here." And we're gonna get more into like where this is gonna go, which is gonna lead us right to a very, very sad moment that's coming up. But before we get to that, we do see that there's a flash forward. We have Ben attending a funeral, or so we thought. No, he's actually there spying, which is interesting because he's going up onto the roof. He's spying on this guy that's just watching the funeral procession. We've got him taking pictures of this guy. Then, of course, he's zooming in on Saeed. Well, Saeed picked that up real quick and spotted him and didn't let him get away. Like, Ben's like, "Oh shit, gotta go," and could not run down there fast enough because Saeed immediately tackles him. And this is kind of the moment where you start to be like, "Oh, okay, is this where they like start to work together?" But like, Saeed is really mad. And he is like, "Why won't you people leave me alone?" I think this is a really interesting key sentence that he says here, because he thought at first Ben was paparazzi, because we know that the paparazzi have been following him, and he's obviously part, you know what I mean, oceanic. And so for him to see Ben in this moment thinking he was just going to tackle a paparazzi at the funeral, he's like, "Just let me bury my wife." Oh shit, it's you. You know what I mean? You're
right, like from one person I don't want to see to actually being a different person I don't want to see.
Yeah.
But also, like, on that it's a huge reveal, this. Like, the fact that Saeed was married to Nadia, like, Jake was. This is something that goes all the way back to season 1.
Right.
Like,
yeah. So
he finally finds her, and now she's dead.
Well, and because I haven't noticed when she's popped up in some past episodes that you guys have pointed out to me, and so like she's kind of been sprinkled in throughout, and now like we find out that he did end up finally marrying her, finding her, and unfortunately now she's dead, which very, very sad.
Yeah, it's extremely sad. And I mean, we're gonna get more into it. Like, he kind of gives us a little bit more of their story at the end when, you know, him and Ben really like finally come together, working together. But like this is where Ben reveals to him, like, this guy, I just took a picture of him. He's here. He's working for Widmore. And look at this traffic picture. This was taken 5 miles from the corner of this and that. And that's where he's like, that's where Nadia was killed. Why would they want to kill her? And he's like, I don't know. Let's find out together. Which, Ben, yes, you do know. Don't wheel and deal, Saeed. Like, just give him the heads up.
If Ben says he doesn't know, he's probably lying.
100% lying.
Also, this guy that is Widmore's man there that is later going to threaten Ben is actually the guy who is in the first Iron Man, one of the terrorists that captures Tony Stark. So I noticed that immediately. So
sure.
I am a big MCU fan, but I did not realize that. So
yeah.
Where Kevin was having the confused face when we were talking Risk, this is me with you guys talking Iron Man. I have no idea.
He's like the first minor villain of the MCU.
Yeah, half his face gets scarred by Tony shooting the little rocket in the cave.
So that's Batman. That they're different. See, this is why I can't. We're moving on. Yeah. We're moving on. All right.
Batman and Iron Man are different. Yes. Kristin.
Yes.
No, I was thinking of the thing with Batman. Isn't there one that has half a face?
Two-Face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's where I was going to like, I know something. And then I realized that Batman is not in the same.
No, Harvey Dent's actually a relevant character.
This is why I don't try to contribute to this shit. Okay. We're going back to Lost. All right. Let me go back to where I can contribute. But Miles is like, can you please take this walkie-talkie? And Ben's like, no, why would I talk to these people? And he's like, they have your daughter, bro. And Ben's like, oh.
Shit.
Shit.
Like, Ben says, like, they've badly miscalculated. Every one of my people is willing to die for this. Like, and then the cold drop of, oh, no.
Yeah.
No. The one person Ben actually gives a shit about is the one person that's been captured.
Right.
Yeah, this is... I will get emotional. This scene really makes me emotional here. But Ben does talk to Kimi. Fuck Kimi. I'm throwing it out there. He's the new Susan. Fuck you, Kimi. I can't. But he's talking to him. He's like, time for you to come out. Also, do you love that he's like, go to the like east window? I don't know where my east window is in my house. Like,
You also didn't know that Tunisia and Tanzania were different places. So like you not knowing cardinal directions doesn't surprise me.
That is inaccurate. I do know that they are separate countries. I just said it wrong. So fuck you, Kevin, along with Kimi. With that, he's like, nope, over here, turn a little bit to the left. And they are now face to face. He says, come out here. It's time for you to surrender. No one else. I like that he also says, like, these are things that I pick up. He says, no one else in that house will be harmed. So, like, I don't know if Ben picks this up, and which is why he's, again, like, somewhat protecting everyone else, maybe. But also, Ben is just being selfish, which we're going to get to. But, like, that is a key line because, like, I mean, he could easily then go kill everybody else on the beach and be like, well, I promised nobody in the house would get. I didn't say anybody about the beach. You know what I mean? So that was an interesting line that Kimi said. No one else in that house will get harmed. Also,
like, we are coming off 10 minutes ago, Kimi and his men just gunning people down in Dharmaville.
Right.
Like, we're going to now take him at his word that, oh no, everyone will be fine if you come out of the house. Like, you've just been killing people for no reason.
Right.
I don't trust a word out of your mouth.
Correct. Nor should you.
Like, also, like, he's like, no, who do you think I am? Like, I'm not that type of person. I would never. And then here comes Ben. He's like, Martin Christopher Kimi and this, that, the other, born on this date. Like, we know that Ben has pulled this stuff, like, from everybody. And Kimi's like, all right, douchebag. All right, I got you. You think you got one over on me? I got one over on you. Whistles. Like, whistle while you work. Let's bring the daughter out. Like, so rude, but okay. And Ben is like, all right, we've got some issues. We're going to have to, how can I handle this? Which we know that Ben is very good about a lot of things. He's always seems to be like several steps ahead. He was not prepared for this. The head start that he had was luck just ruined. So like, there's a lot of things that he's like trying to like figure out real quick of how we're going to fix this. But for him to shove Alex down, this part is just so rough. He's like, say goodbye to your dad, like, because he's like, no, I'm not coming out there, like, not happening. And he's like, say goodbye to your dad. And she's like, Dad, like, they're not, you've got to listen to me. They are not kidding. They killed Carl. They killed my mom. Like, they're going to kill me. Like, this isn't like one of your shit that you can get out of. Like, Dad, I need your help. And the line of, please, Daddy, so rough. And then Michael already, this is where I'm going to get emotional. Michael already brought this up. For him to then realize, okay, like he even says it, like, Daddy's got it under control. Well, he very, very much miscalculated this moment and thinks that that they're using the daughter because they know it will get to him. And so he thinks that if he counteracts this by saying, she's not really my daughter, stole her from an insane person, doesn't mean anything to me. She's nothing to me. And that is the last thing that she hears before they put a bullet in her head is the most devastating thing. And Ben, I think, is like, you see the shock on his face. He really thought he was going to get out of this, but man, like to gamble with her life like that this is not a good look for Ben.
Yeah.
And
is really bad.
I mean, yes, great job on Ben, his, like, the actor really portraying the shock in his face. Oh my gosh, Tanya Raymond, like she is genuinely sad and scared, and like her final moments of the show are some great acting, even if they're very sad.
Yeah, it's also like with Ben here, like he already tested this on Jack and the rest of the crew of like bluffing that he's gonna shoot everybody on the beach and then he doesn't actually do it. So he's banking on that this is a bluff itself from Kimi, and then it actually doesn't turn out to be that. So it's I think it's a really good like callback to what Ben already tried to pull earlier.
Yeah, I think, I mean, also to like kudos to Lost too for like obviously an already emotional, like just turmoil scene where it just rips your heart out. But then to also go down to her face as he's saying like she means nothing to me and her just crying, like to even give us that more just we didn't need that, Lost. It was hard. We were already emotional. Yeah, this scene it's a really rough scene and very, very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say
I don't think sorry, go on, Jay.
I was just gonna say, like, they obviously weren't gonna show like a kid getting shot. It's like the same thing with Revenge of the Sith. They're not gonna show the younglings getting slaughtered. So like, yeah, it's it's still sad because like you're like, are they actually going to kill a kid on screen? And so it's kind of that shocking moment because you never really expect them to actually do that in a show or movie.
Yeah.
This also is the moment Michael Emerson got nominated for an Emmy for. He was nominated for an Emmy this year. I think he ended up losing it to Aaron Paul for Breaking Bad this year, but
Yeah,
like his performance, like the look on his face. Ben, we're going to get into like his first words after this are they changed the rules. Like Ben is going into this with an assumption that like they are not going to kill Alex. This is a bluff. And so when the trigger gets pulled, it's like Ben, he made a terrible mistake there. Like you can't defend it, but also Ben was operating under a rule of engagement that was not reality, and he ended up losing like the only thing that he actually cared about. And also I can't help but feel bad in a weird way. Like I'm not defending Ben. Like this is even worse than the other woman, which we thought was maybe the worst that Ben could look. But in a weird way, he was defending people as well because they would have killed everyone. They're here for Ben, and they were shooting anyone else on sight. He's trying to get out of this with the least bloodshed possible. So he's doing it in a way that he thinks is a solution to the problem. And then you just see his entire world come crashing down. And what's really exciting for me in this moment when I was watching this, as tragic as it is this is a huge like character defining moment for Ben. Like, what does Ben look like after this? Because yeah, he's been beaten and bloodied, but it's all been like on him. This is something that Ben has never experienced. Like, that was something I was so excited about. What does the Ben coming out of this episode look like? Like, he just watched his daughter get shot in the head. It's crazy. Like, I can't fathom it.
I mean, I do agree with you that like he obviously knows that like they don't mean anything. Their word is shit. Like as soon as you get me, you're killing everyone. But like it is also very like he's like, I'm not going because they're gonna kill me. Like it is for selfish reasons. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, like do you sacrifice your daughter to save these other people, but in return you're saving yourself. So it is so like for me, like watching this as a parent, this is so hard because I'm so sorry. Like I met you guys like 90 days ago. That's my daughter. Like, gotta go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's sad and tragic as that is. I will do anything for my children. So, like, for him to like try, like, to even put that gamble out there, right? Like, that's where it's like I understand that he's under the assumption of like they changed the rules because he does say that. And then we're gonna get obviously his comments with Widmore at the end. But like you can be under that assumption, but when somebody is literally holding a gun to your kid's head and like you can't just take that risk like that, there's just not that. So there's just for me, I love Ben too, but like absolutely not. And again, fuck you, Kimi. The man just literally walks off, shoots this poor teenage girl and walks off. Like, yeah, I would turn my camera off too. Oh God. Anyway, but yeah, so we do get the moment where he says they changed the rules and he goes into a safe room. Sawyer's pissed. He's like, there was a safe room all along?
There's a safe room this whole time?
But yeah, so I mean, it kind of looks like he's abandoned them after all this too. Like, why don't you just go out then? If you're going to abandon us, like, let us in the safe room.
As many times as I've seen this, I'm always like, did you all not realize this giant space in the middle of this house? Like, these are not big houses.
But also, the other thing that makes me laugh about this scene is, like, you guys moved all of the furniture to go in front of the door, but you didn't move that bookshelf, that giant-ass bookshelf. Like, you guys would have found the safe room had you done that. Like, you guys could have... Anyway, but... we do get Ben obviously going to the safe room and we move forward to our another flashback here, or not flashback, so sorry, flash forward, where Ben is following this Widmore's guy. They see him take off. They're like sitting at a bar. He sees him take off. The guy is obviously very well aware that Ben is following him. He looks back at him several times, so I don't know why Ben thought he had like the upper hand here. But he does get caught, obviously, as Ben seems to do. And he's like, I need you to take a message back for Widmore. And he's like, what's the message? And Saeed just overkills this guy. He's like, there's your message. Like, this is a really, like, just, this is the moment where we saw when Saeed's like patching him up and we're like, Saeed's working with Ben. Like that was not our bingo card. But this is why, I mean, this is kind of a very heartbreaking situation where he's like, Saeed, go home. He says a couple things here that I think are like really important here. He's like, don't let your grief turn into anger because you'll never come back. This is my war, which we know because of the daughter here. Like, this is him like going back to this whole Widmore, the situation of it all. And he's like, Saeed, just go home. And he's like, listen, buddy, I spent years looking for the love of my life. I finally found her. I married her. And then I just buried her yesterday. I have nothing left. I have literally nothing left. And who's next? And Ben's like, oh, okay, cool. This is what I wanted all along. Be in touch. See you later. It's so weird. It's so weird that they got together like this, but you can see that this is they're coming together over grief to attack this front of the Widmore situation.
Yeah. So all of this is to get back at Widmore. So
yeah. Well, and because Ben has already told him obviously that this is, Widmore is the reason why Nadia died. So like.
Right.
And we already know that Ben is after Widmore because they killed Alex. You know what I mean? So it's like
exactly.
This is a whole situation. And who would have thought we needed this duo in our lives? Like, this seems like a very dangerous duo that I would not be messing with. But going back to the beach, apparently we lost Michael here, but hopefully he comes back because I know he really wants to talk about this ending here, but we're not there yet. Getting to the end here, Claire wakes up from her nap. She's a little woozy. But she shows up. Ben comes out of the safe room. He's like, do you like how he opens the door? He's like, Dak. He just opens the door and he's like totally calm. So weird. But he does say to them, in a minute here, we are going to run out of this house. We're going to run towards the tree line. Hurley's like, the people with guns? And he's like, no. Oh, he's not. But he says, no. We are not running towards the people with guns. We want to be very, very, very far away from these people. That we are not doing that. And they all of a sudden, I have an echo now. I think I'll mute myself here in a second. But because I know you guys want to talk about this, the smoke monster shows up. Jake, tell me about the smoke monster.
Oh my! It's been a very long time since we've seen the smoke monster. So it's like, are we gonna see and learn more about this thing again? And so I thought this was really, really cool. And the fact that we get the line of Ben being like, "Well, you want to know more about what the smoke monster is? We can ask Jacob when we get there." So I like that we're trying to reconnect the dots again of things that are really happening, because it really makes me curious. And I do wonder if the smoke monster, again, I feel like I've probably said this when we talked about Jacob in the first time we ever found out about him. But I feel like this is something that it could be the manifestation of whatever Jacob is, I feel like. But I guess we'll see.
Well, yeah. And they, like, at some point before, they call it a security system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like Ben summoned it. So, like, what is this thing, right? Like,
yeah, and we know it killed Mr. Echo. So,
is it a security dog, like an attack dog?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
But we also know that like it, like when it killed Mr. Echo, it took on the form, it seemed like, of Yemi. So it seems to take on the form of things that could explain why we're seeing so many weird, just people showing up on the island all of a sudden. So,
and if that is able to take the form, is that always what we see? Do people see visions? Do people see ghosts? Like, there's lots of questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the ongoing thing of like the mythos widening the more that we learn about is like, yeah, Ben disappears into his little secret room. He comes out all muddy and grubby. Like, where's he been? And then the monster appears and like Hurley just spelling it out like, did you just call that thing? And it's like, yep, seems so. And yeah, going back to the whole thing of him being like, I have no idea what this thing is, but he's got a direct hotline to the monster. Hey, I've got some armed guards here. Do you mind coming and taking them out for me? Like, the connection between Ben and the smoke monster is like now a whole new level of mystery towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think what's crazy about this too, like, is we've seen the smoke monster in certain ways. This is like massive smoke monster. Like, it engulfs that entire jungle. You hear them like having gunfire, like they're trying to like shoot smoke. Kudos to you, but like that's not working for you very well.
Probably not going to work out very well, but
probably not.
Good luck trying.
Good luck trying. Good luck trying.
Can you imagine, like, these are just mercenaries.
Right.
They've been sent on this mission. They're going to extract Ben. Like, everything's going according to plan, although kind of crazy. And then all of a sudden, there's a smoke monster that's attacking them in the jungle. They're like, what the hell is going on this island? I did not sign up for this.
I didn't sign up for this. This, I mean, they kind of obviously take out, like, we see the one guy start running. Sawyer's like ready to like take fire here, and the smoke monster just grabs it like this person, and then Hurley's like, yeah, this is time to go. Like, Hurley's like not waiting for anybody. He like turns to go, and then Ben's like, oh yeah, you guys should probably run. I'll catch up. But Locke's like, what are you doing? And listen, I know that this is hard. We do feel for Ben, but we really can't because he did this. But he says, I have to say goodbye to my daughter. And this scene with him getting down, I mean, with the crazy, like, again, the cinematography of Lost, like, this is the chaos behind him as he sits down next to his daughter, kisses her. Like, this scene is just dagger to the heart. It's a really rough scene. But the cinematography with all that going on with, like, it's like the still, but like chaos behind them. It's a beautiful shot.
And also, Michael Giacchino, like, of all the themes in Lost, there's so many I love, but Ben's theme in particular, I love so much. It's this, like, really haunting theme that Ben has, and it fits well with his character whenever it's played, but in this scene, it's like, oh man, it's just chills. It's like, you can't not sympathize with him. It is his fault, kind of.
Yeah, it is.
But seeing him crying, also, we've never seen Ben cry. Like, seeing him crying over the body of his daughter that he just, like, completely let down in a tragic circumstance. Like, poor guy. I feel for them both.
I'm pretty sure Alex is in her dad right now. But we're going to get into the moment that I can't wait for Michael to eat his words because Bernard's coming to the rescue. We have them at the beach, and we are doing Morse code. They have got it figured out, doing a little tappy, tap, 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 tap. What happened to the doctor? Also, Jack is not letting this. He's like, what are you saying over there? And he's like, what happened to the, it's like the most awkward thing. But he types in what happened to the doctor. We see that there's kind of some looks around. Bernard's, like, Michael thought he was off, like, with Rose somewhere, but no, Bernard's right there in the action. And they hear this long beep, beep, beep. And Kate's like, oh my God, it worked. This is so great. And, like, Bernard and Jack are like, not happy. But he's like, Faraday, please stop lying. You were very bad at this. You need, where's Charlotte?
First of all, that was clearly a lie coming out of your mouth, sir. I didn't need to know Morse code to know. They said everything is fine, and they will come back tomorrow to save you.
It's so. He's like, I didn't really say anything about the doctor, but everything's great, and like the helicopter's coming tomorrow. Okay, great. Everybody break. Let's go get dinner. The amount of shock on Faraday's face when he finds out that Bernard, of all people, is about to throw him to the wolves is comical. He's like, no, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. They said the doctor is fine. What are you talking about? What? So, Jake, I want to come to you straight away of yay for Bernard, and we'll make fun of Michael later. But like, yeah. The doctor is fine. Well, no, he's not. He just washed up on shore. So walk us through what your thoughts are here.
Well, I had trouble at the beginning, like, telling who it was at first, because he didn't look real to me either. Like, it looked very, very odd looking, and then and then I'm like, oh, it was the creepy doctor. Okay, interesting. But yeah, it just I loved Bernard calling it out. I thought it was really, really funny. And like Daniel Faraday, I mean, we've known like something is up for a while, and so like it is funny. Like this very meek, mild mannered type of guy is just getting called out on all his BS, and so I find that really interesting, and I think Jack has a right to be upset after being lied to so much. So,
well, I mean, we're going to get into this lie because Jack immediately goes and grabs Faraday and is not very happy, and he says to him, "You were never planning on taking us off this island, were you?" And Faraday is like, "You know what? Yeah, I'm really bad at lying. I should stop that." No, we were never going to the island. Faraday, these are things you probably should have said like at the forefront here, because now you've just been doing horrible lying since the second you got on this island to all of a sudden just be like, actually, yeah, no, we're not taking you anywhere. But the devastation that like Jack has to feel like of, oh my gosh, Locke was right. Like, this is bad. Like, I fought for this. Like, we got into a fight, like guns on each other, like divided our entire camp over this decision, and I'm wrong. This, like, the devastation of that has to hit Jack of being the shittiest leader of all time. But also thinking about this, the people that are sitting there listening to, like, there's Kate sitting there, Sun, Jin, like Bernard, like they're all sitting around here to hear him say, no, we're not taking you off the island. But I mean, Kevin, go right ahead and tell us how Jack is not the shittiest leader of all time, because then I'm sure Michael's going to back. So thanks, Mike.
Okay. Pause. Because let's not pretend like Locke is somehow perfect and like the most believable, most like, if this man is giving me that speech about like, you have to come with me because, no, I'm getting on the boat, right? Like, and as I have said many times, Sun is going to die. We need to get Sun off the island. If she stays pregnant on the island, she's going to, like, Jack has to get these people off the island. How does he get these people off the island? The boat, right? So, like, he went after the boat. Did the boat turn out to be wrong? Sure, it turned out to be wrong. How was Jack supposed to know that ahead of time? Oh, because John Locke said. John Locke says a bunch of stupid ass shit, right? And not all of it turns out to be true. So what was I supposed to do? Like, go on an ayahuasca journey with fucking John Locke over here and go barefoot through the woods to go be an other for the rest of my life? Or was I supposed to save people's lives? I was supposed to try to save people's lives.
I mean, he could have listened to Charlie when he said in his dying words that weren't words, literally written on the hand.
Again, yes, I am aware. We are all aware of the issue. However, what other path off the island do they have? What is the other path?
They're not supposed to leave. He's supposed to stay.
Is going to die.
Kevin.
Sun should have had sex with hot Jin, and then we wouldn't be in this situation.
I'm not going to judge her for that, obviously.
I hate to say it, Kevin, but it's only Sun.
Oh my god.
So, okay.
Like,
so wait.
Michael, I was letting you have a moment to try and save this situation, and that's what we chose. I regret coming to Michael. You made Jake turn his camera off.
If Jack turned around and said, it's only Sun, you'd be like, he took a Hippocratic oath. He was supposed to protect everybody, and he didn't protect Sun. But now it's just Sun. No.
I will say, I don't mean that. I love Sun. My need to wind up Kevin got the better of me, and I wish death on Sun, which I regret in hindsight.
Oh my god. Listen. I obviously hindsight is 2020. You can't predict the future. I get that. But there were several things that were being said by people that had more knowledge, aka Ben, who we don't trust, which I get. But like, we have seen him doing crazy shit, like getting Michael off the island and all these other things.
But Ben is also a liar. Ben is an unreliable. Ben is an unreliable person.
Do you know who's not a liar? Charlie. Again, shout out to Charlie.
Okay, Charlie didn't have. All Charlie said was not Penny's boat. That doesn't mean they're gonna kill you, right? Like. Do I understand the doubts?
That they were Penny's boat. They claim.
Do I understand the doubts in the boat? Obviously, I understand the doubts in the boat. But when it comes time to make a decision to save lives, what is the best way to save lives? Is to get them off the island. That is the thing they've been working for. That's the thing they've been trying to do, right? So that's what he's trying to do. He can't help. I can't help that it turned out to be bad people on the boat. But if there's a boat that's finally going to get them home, yes, you should get on the boat.
I do find it funny, though, that the people that didn't trust the boat are actually the people that end up getting attacked from the boat. Like, the people that trusted the boat are just chilling on the beach and there's like a doctor with his throat slit, but no one really cares about him. But the people that were the most suspicious are now under gunfire. It's not great.
Because who was actually right? Rose, because she said, I'm not going with that man. Right? Like, it's not Jack or Locke. It's Rose.
We love a good Rose moment. Mm-hmm. With us already being over an hour, we still have to get to this massive conversation that we end this episode on.
It's a big episode. It's going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long one.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But before we can get to that, I feel like I have to give my man a very, very good, huge, like, props moment, because Sawyer, they are like, Ben comes back. He's like, see ya, like, great. Sawyer, I'm over this shit. I'm done with this. I didn't sign up for this. I'm going back to the beach. Claire's like, yeah, me too. I'm so done with this. I just survived a bomb. Like, I'm good. Time to go.
We went with you because you were supposed to be safe, and we're about to get blown up and shot. Right. Bye.
Right.
I do love how out of the entire like mythos of the story Sawyer is. Like, he's just doing his island thing. Like, in this episode, he's like, who's Charles Widmore? And they're like, later. And then he's like, who's Jacob? It's like, Sawyer is not part of that side of the story. No. He's just part of, like, I'm just here on the island. I don't know about this kind of stuff.
Yeah. But he goes and says, come on, Hurley, let's go. And John Locke pulls a gun. Not somebody I would pull a gun on. Sawyer's not one of them. But immediately he's like, yeah, Hugo's staying with us. And he's like, son of a bitch, I'm going to have to pull a gun on this bald bastard or whatever he calls him, and flips around, and they get into a standoff over Hurley. The amount of protection that Sawyer has for Hurley in this moment is so freaking beautiful. Sawyer has come so far from one, and we've already talked about his growth, but like, wow, did we ever think we'd get to this part? Like, he's saving Claire. He's like, you okay, sweetie? Like, I mean, like, he is full on protection. Like, I've got you guys wrapped around like my wings here. And Hurley, again, thank you, Hurley, for being the voice of reason. There has been enough bloodshed. You guys quit fighting. I will go with you, and then I will join you at the beach. And Sawyer's like, bro, I'm ready to like shoot. I'm good. No, okay. Like, but he does stand down, like, because that would not be something that Sawyer would typically do. But he's like, no, I'm good. Like, please put your gun down. Locke puts his gun down. Sawyer's still not ready to do that because he is protecting Hurley like at all costs here. And he's like, no, bro, like, I appreciate it. Like, we're buds now. Like, we'll share a beer later. Like, this is a cute moment between them. But then Sawyer does take his gun down and says, if you hurt one hair on his curly head, his curly head. And I just think, again, like, this is another step of like, he was ready to like shoot out with John Locke for you, and now he's threatening him too. Like, do not even harm one hair because I will kill you. Like, it's not happening. So just, I had to shout out Sawyer before we get into this craziness of it all.
Yeah.
But
this is also the second time in 9 episodes that John Locke's had a gun pointed to his head, which is good going. At least Sawyer didn't pull the trigger like Jack did.
Anyone who holds a gun to John Locke is up there for contention for my favorite character of the episode.
We know where this is going.
Listen, I won't have to make Sawyer my favorite character this episode. It'll be great. But we are going into this last bit. This is a huge moment here. We've got Ben arriving in London. He goes and he's like, I'm visiting the Kendricks in 4E, and the guy's like, bro, it's late, and they're probably like 80. Like, he's like, what? And he's like, they're expecting me. Go ahead and call up. And the guy's like, no, because I'm just a doorman. I'll probably get in trouble if I question them. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's like, I guess go. But you should have been questioning. You should be questioning Doorman.
No, don't question because Ben's gonna kill you if you question. So
Yeah.
Ben has the extendo stick of doom.
He is ready to take out poor Doorman.
He's about to take this guy out.
He is about to take out poor Doorman. But he does go into the elevator and he jimmies a little key lock thing to get to the penthouse and goes up to the penthouse. And Jake, did you know that this, like, were you putting like that this would be Widmore, like, because they're in London and like penthouse? Where were you going to? You have where he was, who he was visiting?
I wasn't thinking what it was at first, and then when he got into the room and it turned out to be Widmore, then I was like, okay, this makes sense at this point, knowing like that this was, you know, continuing the flash forwards, and we've known that they've been setting up the Widmore storyline in this season. So
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna briefly go because I know Michael's gonna bring up stuff. I know Kevin's gonna bring up stuff. So I'm gonna get us into a little circle, and then you guys can like take it over. But basically, Ben comes into Widmore's room. Gotta love the McCutcheon Scotch just randomly showing up again. But he's like, in a nutshell, you changed the rules. I hate you, and I'm gonna kill your daughter because I'm not killing you. I'm killing your daughter because then you're gonna know how it feels.
He says I'm not allowed to kill.
He does. See, this is why I'm letting them take over. I'm remember my nutshell. You guys can do this in a second. Yes, he says I'm going to kill your daughter. And Widmore's like, that island's mine, boy, and we're gonna go to town. And he's like, you're not gonna find the island, so good luck. And they're both playing hide and seek. He's like, you're not gonna find Penny. Well, you're not gonna find the island. And they have the moment, and he's like, have a good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, and leaves. But that is it in the nutshell of that conversation. I will now let Michael and Kevin get into the very depths of it because I know they really want to. So go for it.
So I have several questions for Jake because, like, I want to hear his thoughts on this. So this, to me, when I watched this felt like, we said this episode's called The Shape of Things to Come, and that we're now back from our break and heading towards our final run of episodes, essentially. This, to me, felt like we're starting to get endgame material here. Like, the whole Ben and Widmore side of things, like, two morally comprehensible people, but, like, both not great. But there was so much dropped in this where, one, that island's mine, Benjamin. It always was. It will be again. I can't kill you. You know I can't. Widmore saying, I know who you are. Like, boy. There is so much history here where when Ben was telling Locke about Widmore, it was, I don't know too much about this guy. Like, these are the things I know. When we have this conversation between the two of them, no, there is a history here, and there is something deeper going on. He changed the rules, like, and now it's like this blood feud of I'm gonna kill Penny because you killed Alex. So like, there was so much there. So I'm just curious, Jake, like, in your first time watching this, what your thoughts of this history is between the two of them.
Yeah, it reminds me of like John Wick, of like the rules of the Continental, and the rules were broken, so now it's going to cause like this ripple effect of, you know, now the rules can be changed, and now Ben can do, you know, something else in retaliation, but he still can't break whatever rules there are to kill Charles Widmore right here and now. So I find this very, very interesting. I think that they're setting up something now more with Penny, and like I feel like this is going to tie into Desmond's story now too, because like it has to. So I'm very interested to see where this is going to go.
As when we first watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting from like whose side are you on here sort of question, because we kind of like Widmore changed the rules seemingly, and now kids are on the table, and like neither of them are taking any responsibility for their role in Alex dying, but like nah bro, that's not my fault, you killed your own daughter, right? So like clearly he's a bad guy, but like we now really like Penny. So like, if you're gonna kill Penny, like you're also the bad guy. So like, it's very like, I feel like we're torn about like, but like, do we want either of them to win? Like, I don't think I like either side of this. So I think that's a very interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, I think for like you're saying, Kevin, this is a moment where we're like, oh, okay, Ben's coming. Like Ben's gonna like take over, like because we don't like Widmore because he's an asshole anyway. So we're like, great, like. Yes, you take that man out. He killed you're like ready to go. And he's like, actually, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to kill Penny. And we're like, no, okay, wait, hold on.
You can't kill Penny?
No, wait, we abort mission. What? Like, we're not killing Penny. So this is a moment of like, and we see a lot with Lost that like I've brought it up, the black and white of it all, like the good versus evil. This is two evils, and like it's like, where's the good? Can you please come in here and intervene?
Right.
Because this is not shaping up as things to come that we want those things to come. We abort mission, abort it all. We do not want it all. We are here to say no, and we need the good to show up somewhere. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. Like there is a lot of history, like Michael said here. The fact that he's saying boy to him, like that is like, he doesn't even have respect to him. Like, granted, we're not shocked that Widmore has zero respect for anyone. But like, he's not even acknowledging, like, he won't even say like, sure,
but like
anything. He's saying boy, like,
right.
That, like,
and Ben is not a boy and has not been a boy in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So that Widmore is calling him boy, like,
yeah,
interesting.
But also, like, I know for me, like the island was mine. It will be again. That being like,
everything you have, you stole from me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
So
like, there's a lot to unpack there, and I mean, like, I'd be like, I didn't see a deed that was written out anywhere, Ben. Like, it's an island. How do you guys own this? So, like, there's so many things that get brought up here.
yeah, well, so Widmore obviously had to have organized the whole Dharma initiative, right? I mean I guess that's my thoughts on what was probably set up. I mean, I guess I'd be shocked if it went somewhere else, but like the show has taken off in different directions than I originally thought anyway. So,
or certainly has like some connection to the island that we previously hadn't considered. Like I said, like before this, Widmore was always just a off-island Desmond antagonist, and then to now see him like, oh, there's this history here, like what's happened there. Also, this goes back to the Constant. We see Widmore bidding on the Black Rock Journal, like he's searching for this place, and now we get confirmation, like he's looking for the island, and now we have this race on between Ben and Widmore. Well, how's Ben off the island? Why is he turning up in the desert? Like, what's going on there? That's what I love about these flash forwards, is it's no longer the on-island story as much that we're getting a lot of questions. It's about the future, and now like getting to that point with them. And yeah, this scene is so good between the two of them. Like, man, what a scene.
Well, it also brings up too, because like if we remember, this is after October, right? Like, because he's been traveling, like he's with Saeed and stuff like this. So we're talking, this is like a year plus. Like, I mean, we don't know exactly, but we're gonna go with October around that time of a year later after the plane crash. So like, when did they get off the island is like the main question of like, when did this all happen? Like, when did the Oceanic 6 come out? Like, how long ago is this? So then it's on top of this is was there a showdown? Because we know that this is Widmore's freighter. Like, this is now confirmed Widmore's freighter. So he was very close to the island. So then this conversation that he's having of like, everything you have, you stole from me. Are we talking about this moment, or is there more history from even before that? Like, you don't know where this like fight, because this is a year later, happened. You know what I mean? Like, because the Constant happened on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
So we know that we're in like end of December, beginning of January, around this time. So we're talking like not like 10 months ish for things to happen here. So like, are we talking about like a recent, like, you've done pissed me off because of whatever happened, because we know the freighter was so close, or is there more to this? Like, you know what I mean? So this is where you're like, where the fight, like, why are they hating on each other? Like, what's happening here?
Oh yeah.
There's also a subtler thing that is confirmed here that this was Widmore's freighter, and the people on the freighter are here for Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this was a mission to get Ben. So
Mhm.
Widmore has sent a freighter full of people to the island to get Ben specifically. Why?
Right.
Like that's the most interesting thing coming out of this episode. Like, what is that history? And there's like
Mhm.
there's so much, and also I'm so glad they gave Alan Dale this extra, depth of character to go forward as like a more important part of the story, because him and Michael Emerson together, like, give me that all day.
I
Give me that
like
every
them.
episode.
Well, I shouldn't say I like them. I like watching them significantly more than watching him and John Locke, because Ben walks all over John Locke, plays John Locke like a fiddle every time. This person, like, no, Charles Widmore cannot be played the same way John Locke is. So, like, I find that way more entertaining.
This is more like definitely like a formidable adversary. Like this is this is an even matchup, but like it's a terrifying matchup. I don't know how I want this to go.
This is like Charles Xavier and Magneto kind of thing.
Right, except for they're both the leaders of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So, like,
What?
You're welcome, Kristin.
God, can we not do this thing? I have zero idea if that was a good thing or a
The
bad
X-Men are the greatest comic book superhero team to ever exist.
Do you know what I remember about the X-Men? I played it at recess when I was 8 years old, and I couldn't even tell you one thing about them.
Who were you, Rogue?
I was Storm.
Oh my gosh, you can't be Storm. That's cultural appropriation.
Listen,
Let's not bring that into the podcast.
Don't even know noise. It's literally all I know about X-Men. I don't even know the name you just brought up here that you guys talked
Anyway, can we do favorite and least favorite character?
Yeah, absolutely. So, favorite character. This is gonna make Kristin happy. I'm picking Sawyer. I just loved that he defended Hurley there. I mean, and he's obviously, he cares about Claire. He's there, making sure that she didn't get blown up. And so, yeah, I have to pick Sawyer. And then least favorite, because he killed a kid, let's go Kimi. Just because, very, very shitty. So, yeah, I have to make Kimi my least favorite.
That is a very solid FU.
Yeah.
Right. Like I honorable mention Alex, Tanya Raymond, amazing. And shout out to Hurley for like being the peacekeeper, but it's Sawyer. Like Sawyer, I love Sawyer. And not just because he held a gun to John Locke.
Episode ever.
Not even because he held a gun to John Locke. No, the way he went after Claire, the way he protected Hurley, but also the way he didn't play into the they were keeping you safe so that you would kick me out and you would hand me over, and that he didn't play into that, like his growth as a character. Amazing. And yeah, the worst character is Kimi. Fuck you, Kimi. You're a terrible person. You killed a 16-year-old by shooting her in the head, point blank. So fuck you. I mean, shout out to Ben. Ben is a terrible person. Shout out to Charles Widmore. You're a terrible person. Shout out to John Locke. You're annoying as ever. But like, the clear worst character of the episode is Martin Kimi.
Yes. Michael,
do you want me to go or do you want to go?
The best character of the episode is Ben, because
Of course I couldn't get across the board.
he's incredible. Of course, Ben's the best character of the episode. Like I don't agree with all his decisions, but
intriguing. Ben, I will agree with intriguing character.
Intriguing, yeah.
We've been through this. We have different characterizations of best. To me, it's the most interesting, and that's Ben.
Yeah.
Worst character of the episode, obviously, is Turnip Head. Like, I'm sorry, but this is a really good episode, and we have 3 separate scenes of this kid crying, and I don't need a crying baby.
People being shot around him, Michael. There's explosions going on around him. He's a baby.
Oh, don't cry. Or cry about it, baby.
Michael picks a baby over someone who murdered a kid. This is ridiculous.
I love it when he was like, "Of course the one," and I'm like, I'm nodding along because I know where he's going with this. Like, I'm not even.
I knew. I was ready. I was ready.
I'm like, yep, let's go.
Pick Turnip Head. Pick Turnip Head.
Yeah, I am.
We knew.
Turnip Head.
Yeah.
Turnip Head dragged this episode down.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, Kristin.
Oh my god. I just can't even. I have nothing to say after this. Listen, my man Sawyer, I love you and I love you so much. And you're so hot, like not even a week ago. And I will love you forever, but I'm not making you my favorite character because the other two had it covered. So I know.
Hang on. No, sorry. There have been so many episodes where you have made Sawyer your favorite character with such little provocation to do so. This episode is maybe Sawyer at his best, and this is not the episode where you make him your favorite.
I mean, two other people had it covered. I'm good. I'm going to give somebody else a nice little shout out.
She's an internet troll. This is what she does.
No, listen. Two other people sent him. I have to show love elsewhere because my man has covered by two, like somewhat, well, I was going to say smart, but Kevin's in the equation, so I can't do that. Anyway, he's covered. He's covered. We're good. Sawyer, love you, and you'll be my favorite character next episode. It'll be fine. I am giving the shout out, and this is just for Michael, to Bernard. Thank you, Bernard, for saving the day and getting the answers to the questions that we've been asking since these people parachuted onto this island. They finally have come clean with all of the truth. So, no one else found that out, and the only reason why they did is because of Bernard. So sorry about your luck, Michael.
Bernard isn't even Rose's favorite character.
Yes, I mean, they haven't been around because they've been bumping and grinding and doing all the things. Like, she's definitely loving on Bernard. Anyway, moving on. Bernard, you go. Go, Bernard. Way to go. Least favorite character, of course, Kimi. Like this turnip head bullshit. Like, I'm over you. But it is Kimi. It is Kimi.
Yeah. Kimi's the second worst of the episode. I'll give you that.
Even with you. We are not even entertaining your shit right now.
You're both internet trolls. God.
Sawyer was covered. Like, if you guys,
you're fine. You're fine this time. This time,
right. I'm just saying, Sawyer was covered. Like, if you guys
you're fine this time.
Yeah. All right. Let's hit the episode rankings.
Bernard needed love too.
So can we go to season 4?
Yes.
And then from season 4. Okay.
Yeah. I think this is the best of season 4 in my opinion.
I mean, it's 1 or 2. The Constant is a very me episode, right? So, like, I am personally going to say The Constant is better, but I also am not going to argue that because that is, like, I understand that this is also very good. The Constant is just more of, like, a personal thing for me. But if we have it as number 1, that's perfectly okay.
For me, like, so I do not understand time travel. So, like, you would think that I would hate The Constant. It's one of my favorite episodes of Lost of all time. And this one is so high up there as well that it's really, I'm like along the lines of Kevin. It's like, I don't care where we put it. It's going to be 1 or 2 for me. The feel good of her waiting for him when no one else would ever wait for an asshole ex that like dumped you in the worst way possible, for her to wait just gives me the feel goods of why I want The Constant number 1. But like, this is so good. Like, I did not want you guys to go on without me because of how good this episode is. So I would be fine with this being number 1 too.
I'm saying, to make this easy, this is number 1, not in season 4. This is my number 1 all-time episode. Right. So that's where I'm putting it. So then it's up to you guys to level that out wherever you guys feel.
Yeah, no, it can be number 1. I
don't care enough to argue about it to be number 2.
All right.
I mean overall.
No, I know, which will bump it up.
All right. So yeah, I mean, are we?
God, is Ji Young getting bumped off of 20?
Ji Young is getting bumped off.
God, it's horrible.
All right, so we're putting this as the number 1 best episode.
Whoa. We didn't say that. We didn't say all that.
Whoa, take it.
I said that.
Michael said that. It does need to be above The Constant. I am not saying. Hold on, we need to discuss.
Okay, well, so yeah, I was thinking, this might be either just below Exodus or just above. I do think Through the Looking Glass, just with everything with Charlie and everything, it was the best finale so far. So I do think Through the Looking Glass should actually probably be the best. Exodus does obviously have the Walt moment, so and everything Arst blowing up like that. So it's either 2 or 3 overall. So I'll say that for myself.
I'm going to put it under Exodus because with Michael putting it as number 1, it's going to bump it up anyway. So I'm putting it officially postmarked right there under Exodus, just so that it's going to go above Exodus and not.
I would say just below Exodus, just because I always go back to, I love that feeling of like there's such a triumphant moment of Exodus where like you think
they just
made it, and the crash from that, like that emotional roller coaster is very enjoyable to me. So I would put it at number 3.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it going there. I think in terms of a single episode, like it's hard to rank the finales.
Right.
Like I'd be fine under Exodus, but anywhere in that mix.
I think the fact that the Constant and this, like both of these episodes are like standalone in the middle of a season. They're not a premiere, they're not a finale, and they're this high is a testament to both of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I'm saying 3 as well then. Yeah. So
Michael, did you
season 4 is picking up.
Wait, did you officially take it out of 1 and you're agreeing with us? Because if you keep it in 1, then it would go above.
No, because 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10, divided by 4 is 2.5, which rounds up to 3.
Okay, all right, cool. I did my math wrong.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it going there.
Okay.
All right. So that is officially the shape of things to come. So if you like all our Lost coverage, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Tell us
why
Kimi is worse. Why is Kimi worse than the baby?
Yeah.
Comment down below.
Or comment if you think the baby was worse than Kimi. Maybe the people are on my side.
I think unlike Michael, if that's what you think, you should keep that thought an inside thought to yourself.
I wouldn't express that one on the comments.
Free speech, baby.
Oh my.
You don't even live in the US.
There we go.
Oh my God. All right. Well, with that, I'll let you guys exercise your free speech in the spoiler section. And we will see you all next time for more Lost on the Tribe of Nerds.
Shut up, John Locke.
Love you, sir. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Can't talk all of a sudden. Welcome to the Tribe of Nerds After Jake special, where we spoil everything about Lost. So if you've not seen it in its entirety, get out. This is your time. We give you like ample opportunity, so get out. And if not, you're gonna get spoiled on everything because we're about to really spoil a lot. Okay, fun. All right, shape of things come. Major episode. Major.
I mean, minor spoiler, the Doctor is going to die. The Doctor is okay on the boat right now, but the Doctor is going to die. Minor spoiler.
They are going to slit his throat.
Kimi, who is on the island now, is still technically on the boat because of the time difference, and he's going to slit the throat and then come to the island.
Correct.
It's a whole time thing.
Yeah, this is where we start to get to the part where I'm like, I'm so lost. No pun intended. But yeah, the major thing though, it's at the end where Ben and Widmore are having their like banter of, you're not gonna find my daughter, you're not gonna find the island. The reason why is because Ben moves the island here at the end of this season and move it where?
What was that? He does what to the island?
He moves it.
He turns the wheel, and that moves the island.
It's so funny what we accept now as Lost fans as a totally normal thing to say, but
randomly moving an island.
He moves the island.
Yeah, he moved it. And what's the question?
Right. It's completely not out of the ordinary.
You're going to see it in a couple episodes. It's just going to go bloop and be someplace else.
Like, just goes into the ocean.
I love the little, like, bloop. There's like a little bloop.
Bloop, yeah.
But yes, no, Ben does move the island, which, if you look at the, like, grand scheme of things, did he technically move it twice? Because, like, we know the reason why he was in the desert in a parka is because he has to go down into the cold area of the orchid to move the wheel, to move the island. Again, the things that we're saying that sound totally normal. But yeah, like, he obviously did that time, but then this is like October, so like, did it happen again? You know what I mean? But like, we know that he tells him, like, well, he tells Locke, like, I'm gonna have to go and then I can't come back.
Yeah, he jumps in time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he asked for the date. I think 2005, he knows it should be 2005, but like,
Yeah, I think he doesn't know where he's ended up. He's just like confirming, like, is this where I am? Okay, cool.
You're right. Right.
Sure. Got it. But yeah.
Also, it just occurred to me, we should also mention Ben is going to attempt to kill Penny. That is going to be something that we get next season. And he does have a pang of conscience. He does lower the gun. He lowers the gun. He doesn't go through with it, and then he gets beaten bloody. But that is something
The
Desmond.
important thing is that he
attempt.
does not kill Penny.
He does not. So Penny is safe. Thank
He does
God.
not.
But yeah, no, Desmond sees him and beats him to a pulp. Ben, the amount of times this man gets beat is more than Sawyer.
Yes.
But yeah, so that is why he ends up in the desert, because when you turn the wheel in the bottom of the orchid, you go to the desert. And like we didn't mention here, but whose job was that beforehand? You guys brought it up, so
Whose job was that before? Because once you do it, you're not supposed to go back. So like no human would want to do that. So like who did it?
Maybe like a bear of the polar variety.
Maybe like a bear that's specifically designed for really cold temperatures.
That they're going to send to the desert for some reason. That doesn't really work with the cold.
Maybe a bear that Charlotte found in the desert.
right. Yes, that is true. So the polar bears, they were aplenty on the island of Lost here, and they could lose one every once in a while, and it's fine. So Charlotte
It
found
also, like, when you think about it too, like, well, how many bears did the Dharma, like, how often did the Dharma Initiative move the island?
But also, like, if we have to think about it, like, if we're starting to count polar bears, right? Like, there were, like, we know of at least 4, 5, because we know that there was the one that, in the very first episode that Sawyer shot. We have the one that attacks Walt. We have the one that Charlotte finds. And then there was the other one that ran up on them, and what was that? Was that season 3 that, like, ran and, like, they were being chased by it or whatever? Cool. And then there's the other one that took Echo. But Kevin thinks it was a figment of John's imagination because nobody else saw the polar bear. So, question mark, was that a polar bear?
I never thought that argument would come back up again.
Right? But, I mean, so we're talking at least 5 polar bears that they had, which is crazy. And they only had 2 cages. Those are big bears. Like, they should have had more room.
Maybe whenever they grow to adulthood, one of them gets cycled out to Tunisia. That's just like, okay, it's time to go. It's like the equivalent of the slaughterhouse for Dharma Initiative.
I like the juxtaposition of Michael hating on a baby all the time and Kristin being for the ethical treatment of polar bears.
Yeah. I love animals. We know this. Also, I mean, we also know Jack is very sick, and literally next episode he is going to need surgery. He has got to get his appendix out, which is Juliet and Kate, the love here of them wanting to love on Jack and them having to work together to save their man. The tension is very thick. I am trying to purposely ignore you with that stupid...
No, I wanted to go back. So because I do not spend like a ton of time reading everything. I just kind of like accept what happens on the show is what happens on the show. And then like sometimes I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that must be what happened. Interesting. Right. So did Widmore also move the island? And that's why he's not supposed to go back?
No, Widmore was banished from the island because he left and had a baby with an outsider. So Ben chucks him off the island. So he leaves the island, has Penny.
And who's that baby on the outside?
Penny. Yeah,
okay.
he's having like off-island relationships that Ben is like, no, that's not what we do. Even though
only Ben's allowed to
all the time. Yeah.
I mean, maybe
you're only allowed to kidnap them from French women. That's the only way you're allowed to have your babies.
You're allowed.
And we mentioned the reason Alex is alive is because Ben didn't follow through with Widmore's orders to execute the baby, which was what he said.
Also, that makes Tom Friendly the perfect person to be going off island all the time because he's not going to accidentally have a baby with his off island hookups.
I don't think babies are made that way. Yeah, not with what Tom's doing.
Based on my experience, no.
Oh my gosh. Oh. But yeah, so Jack is going to require surgery. So he's more sick than just like an upset stomach. It is surgery that he wants to stay awake for. He's so weird.
Why is Jack sick?
Why is
Because
Jack sick?
he ate bad fruit. I don't know, Michael, why?
It's his appendix, isn't
No.
it?
Yeah, but why is he suddenly getting appendicitis?
Because
He ate
he's-
bad fruit. I don't
He's not supposed to leave the island. Just like John Locke said.
Something tells me that these two things do not align together.
I think that's
The
like.
island is trying to keep him there.
Then why would the island try to kill him with appendicitis? Like, come on.
It's not trying to kill him. It's not that deadly.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Not on the island.
I
It's
don't
just trying to
know.
put him on his back for a little while.
I don't know what kind of healthcare the UK has.
The free kind, bitch.
Right. So, like, I don't know what else is different over there. People can absolutely die from their appendix rupturing. Yes. They absolutely
This
can.
this is coming from the man that hates on a baby, so I don't know what to tell you. We also have a moment like so talking about Widmore and Ben's history. This Jake brought up that he thought that Widmore maybe was in charge of the Dharma initiative, but it goes back even further than that because this is before he was the original. Well, not the original because the original is Richard, but he's like the original leader of the others, the actual others, the hostiles that were part of
Right.
the Dharma was trying to fight against.
Who are now at the temple?
Yes. But what's interesting about it is because so Widmore was like the hostiles, if you will. And then Ben came over for the Dharma Initiative, but then went to join them because he was, sick and tired of all that shit. And then, like, because they eliminated the hostiles thing, like, we get this whole thing, which this is where I get, like, irritated with the time travel of it all because, like, where they're at, like, Widmore was not a part of the purge ? Because no,
He organized the purge.
Right.
when did we see that?
It was Widmore who did the purge because that
So-
was the time that Widmore was the leader of the others. It
But I mean,
wasn't
like,
until
that's where I
afterwards
get
that
confused
Ben
because, like,
took
they
over.
don't bring that up really. So, like, you think that you know what I mean, like, especially when we get more of their history, they don't really. And you know what I mean, like when they're time traveling and stuff like that, like when they're like meeting Widmore as a young guy with what's her butt, Eloise.
Right. Like my understanding, and again, I just watch the show and enjoy it, and just kind of like, that must be what happened. So like that must be what happened was always, yeah. At that point, Charles Widmore was in charge. It was his plan, but he needed Ben as like the person on the inside to like help him complete the plan.
Right,
So
right.
like,
I mean, it makes the most sense, but like, you know what I mean? Like when we get like full into their history, they don't really bring that up, and that was a major part of everything. So I just always
from our perspective, but like from their perspective, killing a whole
literally,
island full
we
of
just
people
took
is
out.
another day.
We just took out a
Charles,
massive group
if Charles Widmore had a nickel for every person who lived on the island who he killed, he'd be even richer than he already is.
Anyway, anything else that we want to spoil because this was already a very long episode, and there are lots of things to come for the shape of the things to come.
We will see Tanya Raymond again. She has a flash sideways appearance.
Well, she has the flash sideways, but she also haunts her dad here soon in the temple.
Yeah, and a smoky appearance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like Alex.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a cute.
We're going to see everyone again in season 6. That's what's so fun.
I know, even of course Shannon. Horrible.
Saeed's one true love, yeah.
Poor Nadia. Poor fucking
Man.
Nadia.
Kristin,
Yes.
it's only Nadia.
Oh my god. Michael!
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, have a great night. Like, comment, subscribe, and talk shit about Michael in the comments because that's what he deserves after this.
Please.
Michael, you know what? You're right. It is only Nadia, and it's also only Shannon. So with that, goodbye.